Good afternoon. Welcome to our 5th annual Composers Concert, Hear Her Score, presented by the Pasadena Alumni Chapter of Sigma Alpha Iota. I am Sandra Tully, a member of the Pasadena Alumni Chapter and your host for the first half of this afternoon. Founded in 1903, SAI is an international music fraternity, which promotes interaction among those who share a commitment to music. Most members of SAI join in college and while performing music. After graduation, SAI's alumni chapters allow members to continue to be supportive and connected. Members devote their talents and energies to many national and international projects, including those of Sigma Alpha Iota Philanthropies, Inc. The Pasadena Alumni Chapter, PAC, was installed in 1940 with 23 charter members. PAC is one of the older, continuously active alumni chapters. Our members come from all across Los Angeles County and include a variety of professions, from professional musicians to those who still love music but work in other areas such as insurance or film. One of PAC's long-standing community projects is an annual scholarship contest in the spring for local college music majors. Today's concert was driven by PAC's desire to share its commitment to music with the broader community and to encourage female composers. All of the composers on today's concert are female. The concert's being live streamed, and anyone watching can make donations online via the PayPal link in the video description. We'll talk about that more later. Please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices and enjoy the music. We have a variety of pieces for you today, all by women composers, dating back to the early 1800s to pieces written just this past year. Some will be performed by members of our chapter, while others are graciously being contributed by guest performers. Our first group, the Alchemy Handbell Ensemble, comes from the Prince of Peace Episcopal Church in Woodland Hills and is directed by Bode Moore. Named for the medieval concept of wresting gold from base metals, Alchemy refines the art of handbells, bringing gold from bronze. There are only 7 women credited as composers in the 1982 Episcopal hymnal, contributing 9 of the 720 hymns. 2 of these 7 are represented on this program. Karen Lafferty, whose graceful canon, Seek Ye First, is arranged for handbell trio, with a 4th bringer joining the final iteration, and Jane Marshall, who wrote the lilting Christmas Eve Gloria. Our next piece is written by a former PAC member who is now based in Denver. Composer, performer, and music director Katarina Lynch. Growing up Greek American and immersed in the tradition of the Byzantine chant, Katarina enjoys weaving the music of her heritage into her compositions, blending the sounds of East and West. As Long Ago is a piece for flute, oboe, and trombone, adapted from a piece originally entitled Echo for vocal trio. The changes made were intended to create a piece in and of itself for the beauty of the flute, oboe, and trombone's timbres, while still trying to reflect the nature and emotions of the text, which can be found in your program notes. With the new instrumentation, the piece allows for more variation in the range and texture and departs from the dependency of the text. It is performed today by Pasadena alumni members Kristen Herlinger, Victoria Sabanjan, and Lindsay McMurray. Please enjoy As Long Ago. When we started building the program for this concert, we sent out a call for scores to various groups, looking for new works to perform by contemporary women composers. Several of those pieces are on the program today, including this next piece, Morningside Park, by Toronto-based composer Tanya Dartson. From an early age, her teachers knew her as a student who always played by ear and had an extraordinary gift for composing. And her music has been described as exciting, beautiful, intense, and epic. Morningside Park was composed in 2010 and inspired by Morningside Park in the Harlem area of New York City, where Tanya used to live. Morningside Park received an Honorable Mention Citation Award in the International Music Prize for Excellence in Composition 2010, a worldwide composition competition. Performing the work for us today is Pasadena Alumni Chapter member Fern Fay. Now we are delighted to feature the work of one of our own current members with this next selection, Melancholy Moon by Los Angeles-based composer Bonnie Janovsky. Bonnie has a long history in the music scene here in Los Angeles, which you can read about in our program notes. Some of her highlights include creating the all-women big band Maiden Voyage, which appeared on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show, winning Best Instrumental Jazz Song at the JPF Music Awards, and serving on the boards of numerous music organizations, including ASMAC and AFM 47. Melancholy Moon, with lyrics by Mitchell Glazer, was originally composed for a musical, Mercy Parish. However, the musical was never completed. It is the story of a young woman named Mercy Parish who is ready to see the world. In this song, she takes off for the big city despite her best friend's pleas not to go and wishing for her swift return. Here to perform it with her is fellow SAI member Gwen Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, Melancholy Moon.
see him, tell him I am here. If my plea has touched your heart, then shed a silver tear. One shining tear, bright as an angel of flame, an angel at mercy's her name. Melancholy moon, full of folly moon, paradise was in my grasp, but I let go too soon. Melancholy moon, so familiar yet so far away, precious as a pearl, but out of reach of yesterday. Are you alone, weeping and wondering why? We're just the same, you and I. Melancholy moon, bring him back here soon to
We hope you've enjoyed the musical selections on the first half of our program. While we are here today to celebrate the work of female composers, we are also raising money for a good cause. Before we break for intermission, we'd like to talk more about the charity we are collecting donations for, SAI Philanthropies, Inc. Here to speak is our member, Edie Marshall, who has a long, decorated history with Sigma Alpha Iota.
As Sandra just told you, the proceeds of our concert today are going to benefit Sigma Alpha Iota Philanthropies Incorporated, or as we like to call it, SAI Philanthropies, Inc. SAI Philanthropies is the fundraising arm of SAI, which provides for our members and our chapters and the community at large with musical monies. For our members, it provides, to name just a very few of the things, scholarships and grants for musical study in all fields. It also provides scholarships in the study of music education and music therapy, and scholarships for musicians with special needs, plus a great deal more. I couldn't possibly list all of them in the brief time they've given me for this presentation. For our chapters, SAI Philanthropies provides impact project grants for collegiate chapters. These grants are for a joint project to benefit the chapter and the chapter's music department. And for both collegiate and alumni chapters, SAI Philanthropies provides outreach grants in support of a project developed and carried out by the chapter for the musical enrichment of the campus and/or the community at large beyond the campus, such as today's concert. And for the community beyond the chapters, SAI Philanthropies supports, among other things, Inter-American Music Awards for composers in North, Central, and South America. Our people-to-people projects provide material assistance and encouragement in schools, music organizations, and for musicians in many parts of the world where such help can make a big difference, often after a major disaster when all the music equipment that they might have has been destroyed. In addition, Philanthropy supports Pan's Cottage at the McDowell Colony in Petersboro, New Hampshire, The McDowell Colony is an artist residency program where artists of all kinds, from writers to visual artists to musicians, can work in an inspiring environment. And SAI maintains one of those residences called the Pan's Cottage. These are only a few things that the SAI Philanthropies currently supports. More can be seen in this brochure, which is out on the table just outside the door there, which you can pick up and look at. It gives lists many, many more of the things that SAI Philanthropies does. Our chapter is proud to help support the efforts and the activities of our fraternity's philanthropic arm. And if you'd like to help us support SAI Philanthropies, you can leave a donation with the treasurer as either at this intermission, which will follow immediately, or when you leave the concert. She'll be at the table that's just outside the door. Thank you.
Thank you for your attention, and thank you, Edie. Thank you, Edie. We will now take a 10-minute intermission. During this time, feel free to make your way to the donation tables in the lobby. If you're watching at home, you can make a donation through our PayPal account, which is in the description of the video. We will see you back here in 10 minutes.